Hello coloring friends! Today I will show you my completed coloring pages for the month of February. Good thing is that my creativity was back in February as I predicted. When weather started getting warmer, I started getting more active and more creative too, which I'm very glad. And let me start with this illustration from Coloring Heaven calendar. This is my first page from this calendar. I am a little bit behind. My aim is to finish this calendar during the year. And I did the very first page, the Manga Girl. I can't say that manga style is my style, but it was fun to color it one time. And here I used markers, alcohol markers, and colored pencils, and for the background I used watercolors. Unfortunately, though the paper is quite thick, but it doesn't suit for watercolor very well, because the paper starts being like this, very quickly. On the whole, I'm quite happy with this illustration, how it turned out. I had to draw this leg myself because it was like nothing there, like I felt like leg is missing. Then next book I colored in is Patterns of India. It was one of my untouched books as well, and I did straight away a double spread, this one, because these two pictures, they are kind of similar, drawn in same style, so I decided I will color them both together. And here I used Staedtler Brilliant Colors and a little bit of colored pencils, and that's it. The paper is very nice in this book, quite thick. The next two works are from Magical Jungle by Johanna Basford. I decided to color something from Johanna in February. This page I colored some time ago, and these illustrations look kind of similar to me, so I decided to do this picture in same style, but I used different pencils. For this illustration I used Derwent Academy pencils, and for this one I used Winsor & Newton Studio Collection, I believe that's the name, and I used different acrylic painter, and on the whole this picture looks brighter than this one. Not that much, but when you compare them side by side, then you can see, yes, this one is brighter. And the second illustration is this one, mandala type. At first I thought about doing a background to color it in some color, but then I looked at it and it reminds me of a decorative plate, and so I decided to leave it like this, because I thought if I add background it may ruin the picture, at least for me, because I like it like it is a dish, a plate. I'm sorry if you can hear some singing on the background. It's some ceremony going on at our neighbor's house, and it's going on and going on. And I can't wait anymore. The next picture is from Serenaya coloring book. It's by Kristine McAlister. I have it in printed, and I did one picture, this one. I really fall in love with this coloring book. I like mostly all the illustrations in the book. It reminds me of Avatar world, and that's why I colored this woman in a kind of same style. I used Prisma's neon colors, pink and yellow, and yeah, mostly used Prismas and little bit polychromas. And for some very thick black lines I used a white gel pen, and really like how it turned out, and really enjoyed doing this picture, and I want to color more in this book. Finally, for my coloring along on my channel, This is Love, finally I managed to color one illustration from the Witcher book, which I wanted to color for a long time. Yay, finally! I did this romantic couple. Here for the couple I used Prismas, and for the rest of the picture I used different materials. A dormant graphite tint for the stones, because I like this effect that graphite tint gives, and it suits very nice for coloring like floors or stones, something like with texture. For water here and roses, flowers, I use Dormant Ink Tints. I haven't colored with them for quite some time, and decided to color with them again. And I'm glad I did, because I like their brightness and it speeds up the process of coloring. So I use it for roses and for colors and for the water. It was first time that I tried to color water, and I'm quite glad how it turned out. I even added some reflection of roses here, some red and green colors, and did some shading. There were some very thick black lines on these illustrations, especially on these flowers and on their skins. So I tried different techniques to get rid of these black lines. For the flowers and the roses, the best I liked using Sakura gel pen, and then because it's ink tense, it was very easy to go over those white gel pen, and the effect is really nice. Practically nothing can be seen, but it didn't work for the skin, because ink tense they don't have skin color, and when I used gel pen, the pencil doesn't work over it, and then it stands out like white lines. Then I tried to cover with gouache, and it works better. Not perfect yet, because I tried to fix the gel pen, but it's okay, especially for the first time. At least I will know which techniques are better for me for different objects, like something like this. The next picture is from the Selection coloring book. Again, it was one of my untouched books. The illustrator is Sandra Sai, I think you pronounce that name. And I did this picture again for this theme, This is Love. Again, I used ink tense, Dormant Ink Tense on this illustration, except for the couple. For the couple I used Prisma colors. I really like to use ink tense for... they really suit for using coloring such objects as trees, leaves, and I really like how it turned out. And I like her blue dress, like it takes your attention straight away to the girl. I really enjoyed doing this picture. And the last illustration is from the Mysteria by Anastasia, Elly, Koldareva. Again, it was one of my in-touch coloring books. Who have seen my video a month ago about my untouched coloring books, and I said that I had 35 untouched books at that moment, and I can say that 5 of them I already have started, and I'm glad. I hope I will continue. So, Mysteria. I completed this picture, Summer Girl, and in my post I mentioned that I used 39 colored pencils for this illustration. Okay, there's one black, one white, so 37 colorful pencils. But when you look at the illustration, it doesn't really look like I used that many pencils. Mostly they went for coloring butterflies. And I've been asked from time to time, people ask me how I choose colors for my illustrations. I can say that I never see the whole picture straight away. No, I start with one, maybe two things that I know I want in certain color, and then I color that, and all the rest I just see what would look nice with those colors, but never straight away. And here I knew that I want this girl's hair to be green, like summer grass. So I colored that first, then I googled many different butterflies, and I looked at them, and I wanted to color these butterflies like more realistic, and I choose my colors accordingly. And the background was the last thing that I colored. At first I thought leaving this part white, but then it looked like it's not finished, like something missing. And then I did this darker background. It's dark green with yellowish base, how you say that. And now, now I'm glad how it looks with this green background. We show butterflies closer. Really happy how the butterflies turn out. Yes, so I'm quite happy with my results for the month of February. I hope you like my pictures, my efforts. And that's all for today. Thank you for staying with me. Bye.